Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Wine Time Live, episode number 27, New York City to Italy.
Absolutely.
And we're going to open a very special bottle of wine right now that it's from Compania. From Compania near Avellino, just outside of Naples, about, 45-minute drive from Naples, Italy. And this wine has a great story. But before we jump into that, Jamie's already popping the wine.
Of course I'm popping it.
She's popping already, okay. So welcome to Wine Time Live, where we talk about the stories about visiting wineries, the relationships we have with the wineries, the owners. It's not so much about the wine, it's about the relationships and the experience and the travel.
Yeah.
So we're happy to talk to you about all sorts of cool things that we know about wineries. At Aromatime Bistro, 90% of our wines on our list are wineries I've actually personally been to. And where have we been, Jamie?
Italy, Spain, all across the United States.
California,
obviously New York.
Every nook and cranny of New York.
We've tried.
We've tried.
We'll keep searching for more and more. We love to travel, and hopefully Mexico soon.
Mexico, the Guadalupe Valley is on our list. We've made contacts with one of the most prestigious and best importers of Mexican wines. And we've had Mexican wines on our list for on and off for 15 years. A couple years ago, we were serving this amazing Nebbiolo. I don't know if you remember that Mexican Nebbiolo we were serving.
Cheers, I want to sip.
Cheers. Take a sip. So, we have had Mexican wines on our list in the past. We're not talking about Mexican wine tonight, but we're just talking about traveling. We've had Mexican wines on our list in the past, on and off for 15, 16 years. There's some amazing wines coming out of Baja, Mexico.
Guadalupe Valley.
There's, I don't know how many wineries, 50, 60, 70 wineries. The oldest winery in America. The oldest winery in North America.
I was going to say, because the oldest winery in America is
North America.
Brotherhood, right?
Brotherhood. So 1497, the oldest winery in America. From the Guadalupe Valley from Mexico.
Cool.
Spanish influence, Spanish winemaking. And they've been doing it ever since, north of the 30th parallel, which is an amazing region to grow grapes and make wine. Only an hour and a half from San Diego. You fly into San Diego, 15 minutes to the border, you're across. Very safe, very touristic area. The best restaurants in Mexico are there. The best restaurants.
Guadalupe Valley or right over the
Guadalupe
border?
Valley, not in Tijuana. Over the Guadalupe Valley, the best restaurants are there. Some of the best cuisine is happening there. Breweries, microbreweries, of course. The whole scene. So we can't wait to go, and we'll update everybody once that happens. But Jamie, what are we doing right now?
So we are drinking Donna Chiara. They're Falanghina. This is from Italy. Compania, right?
Compania.
We were there. Oh my gosh. It feels like forever ago.
It's going to be 2 years in November.
And we were visiting. Donna Chiara was not there. She was... Ilaria was not at Donna Chiara. She was at a wine event.
Yeah.
Was it Vin Italy? It was Vin Italy?
It wasn't Vin Italy. It was one of the other wine festivals she was at.
So we met with her husband. Amazing.
Remember the first time we ever met Ilaria?
Oh, yeah. When we were in New York, right? We were at a very small tasting.
Extremely small tasting. There was a focus group on Compania wines. And we got this invite to go to this Compania wine tasting in New York City back in 2007, maybe 2008.
I don't know how you remember.
It was a long time ago, and we're like, Compania. We don't really know much about Compania. Let's go learn about Compania wines. And of course, we met Ilaria.
We did.
And she was pregnant with her first child.
Her only child, I think.
Only child, maybe her only.
She only has one.
Only has one. Okay. Stunning woman, very stunning woman, and so we met her, and we tasted all these amazing Aglianicos, Falanghinas. Really just some breathtaking wines that were coming out of that region we didn't know much about,
It was amazing. And we immediately brought her wines in.
Yes.
And then, of course, we promised when we were in Italy, in that area, we would stop.
Yeah, we promised her in 2007 that we'd go visit her.
And we did. She just wasn't there. So we got an awesome tasting tour lunch with her husband.
But every year since 2008, we've met Ilaria in New York City.
At the
Tre Beccari.
And then the
other wine tastings here. One of the wine tastings here, but literally almost every year we see her every year. We get to know her from the tastings in New York City, and then finally, 2019, we show up to the winery. Announced.
They knew we were coming.
They knew we were coming, and like amazing winery.
Amazing winery.
She took it over from her parents.
Was that what happened?
Yeah, I believe it was her parents' winery. She took it over from her parents. Her husband was there. He was really worried that he was going to not speak good enough English.
But not give us a good enough tasting, right? Yeah.
Right. He was very nervous about that. So we messaged her and said everything was great. He did a fantastic job. No need to worry. She's the one who comes to the U.S. and she's the one who knows perfect English. In Italy, a lot of the wine makers, they're geared for the American market, so they speak English. They understand English well enough so you can sit down and have a conversation with them if you don't know any Italian. So Avellino, remember pulling up to the gates? These beautiful gates of their property. And the cellar was just gorgeous.
It was.
Gorgeous cellar. So they make award-winning wines. Trebicari, they make Trebicari wines. You know who their consulting winemaker is?
Well, let me guess. Cottarella.
Yes, Riccardo Cottarella is their consulting winemaker from Flesco, from Cottarella. He's their consulting winemaker. And one of my favorite wines from her is the Terrassi.
So good.
Big, bold Aglianico wine from that region.
I love Terrassi, actually. We should do Terrassi more in the wintertime than...
Terrassi's a big, bold. So if you like big, deep red wines, if you like those California cabs, those big, bold ones, try Italian Terrassis, made from the Aglianico grape from Compania. Volture's good. I like the ones from Compania a little bit better. The Terrassi ones a little bit better. So
this is Falanghina.
Yep.
So most people have never had Falanghina grape. To me, this is just a delicious, like luscious, like not heavy white, but like it's got a lot of body to it, right? Like it's got a lot of.
My favorite.
Creamy.
It's creamy.
So creamy.
We've served Falanghinas by the glass.
I love Falanghina, so for me, it's an easy sell. I love to sell Falanghina by the
People
glass.
who like Sauv Blanc would like this, right?
They do.
If you're a Sauv Blanc lover.
It's definitely not a New Zealand Sauv Blanc.
No.
But it's more of a Loire Valley Sauv Blanc.
Loire Valley, California, more like that, but not very grassy like New Zealand's. So if you like Sauv Blanc, you're definitely gonna love this. Mm-hmm. If you like to experiment with white wines, and this is definitely one.
Oh, definitely.
So the story behind the most famous Falanghina in the U.S. and most popular is the Fuego de San Greggio, which is a massive brand producing 10 million cases. One of their neighboring wineries, Vinosia, he was from that family, pulled away from the family and said, no, you need to make smaller batch wines, and this is how you do it, and you don't make 10 million cases a year. So that wine has put Falanghina on the map. Most Italian restaurants across America of Falanghina have that wine because it's a very, very large production and imported throughout all 50 states. Really easy to get a hold of. But when you get a hold of other people's Falanghinas, you're just like, oh my gosh. Wow. It's a love affair with Falanghina. And Compania is an amazing region because that is the birthplace of buffalo mozzarella. Fresh buffalo mozzarella.
It's not far away from
Avellino, no.
It's not far from what's the big coast there?
Amalfi Coast.
Amalfi Coast.
Amalfi Coast, yeah, not far from the Amalfi Coast at all. I mean, that's what we're talking. We're talking Amalfi Coast. We're talking the volcano. We're talking in the mountains, Avellino.
Yeah.
We're talking all within like an hour and a half drive of each other, all down centered around Naples, Italy. All of this is happening there. Talk about some of the mozzarella down there.
Oh my God. It's buffalo, right? Buffalo mozzarella. We went to an amazing buffalo mozzarella producer. It's crazy. Like you walk in and like there's hundreds of people. It felt like hundreds of people, but people waiting and there you can see. I mean, the place we went, you could see like how they were making the buffalo mozzarella.
The women were there folding the cheese, and the cheese was moving in a trough.
The cheese and like. It was in water and it was cooling and it was kind of crazy.
It was in a trough.
Yeah.
And they were forming it. It was moving along.
Yeah.
So the mozzarella shops in that region, they're mozzarella shops. They don't sell anything else, folks. You walk in and you buy fresh made buffalo mozzarella.
And they're making
that's so soft.
Buffalo ice cream.
Buffalo gelato. Gelato made from water buffalo milk. And this is what's going on down there. Like we think of stopping in like to a convenience store.
Right.
They're stopping in to
pick up their buffalo mozzarella because that's where they stop to get
it. At a convenience store that sells buffalo mozz.
It's not at the grocery store like we're used to. So
something neat about Italy is in the grocery stores, even when you go into one of the big co-ops there, the big stores, it's all about local.
Yes.
They really protect their local ingredients, and it's amazing to see them do this. Because you can walk in and buy all these like real foods.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a lot of, I don't know. It just seems so real. Like their food is they believe in what they're doing and they're respecting it.
It's much more respected, their food.
It's pretty cool.
Did you know Irish coffee has a designation of origin for Ireland? Did you know that?
Irish coffee?
Irish coffee. So I was looking at the Irish yes.
Really?
So I was looking at the Irish food and beverage standards the other day, and it's an official commission in Ireland, just like Italy, to protect the foods there. And Irish coffee was deemed had its own certification and everything. Wow. It fell out of certification in 2019 or 2020, but for 30 years, if you wanted to make Irish coffee, there was an official definition from the Irish Standards Board of Food and Beverage.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw that's something interesting I thought I'd throw out there.
Perfect.
Because there's an exact way to make an Irish coffee.
These details.
These details,
these little tidbit things.
Yep. So, we hope to get back to Italy in 2021. That's our plan, to get back to Italy.
I can't wait to get back to Italy. But I think we're going to go to Mexico.
Mexico,
September, the end of September, beginning of October, maybe.
We had plans for Portugal, and Portugal is kind of locked down again. Borders are closing up, so we really had strong plans to go to Portugal. There was an organization that was taking us restaurant professionals and wining and dining us all week. We're like, we'll jump on board with that, no problem. They just canceled my restaurant, the restaurant show in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So I was supposed to speak at the restaurant show on marketing to a bunch of restaurant owners, and they canceled the show in Florida. Not a good sign. Not a good sign at all.
No.
Mexico.
But we're still going November of 2021 to the Finger Lakes.
Finger Lakes, yes.
So we have a great tour planned for the Finger Lakes.
5th to the 7th.
Yep.
We're 5th to the 7th. And if you want to do wine tours in the Hudson Valley, we have lots of different options. The most basic and most economical option is your car, our driver. We send a fully licensed, insured driver, our insurance, to your car. They drive your car. It's $42 an hour plus tip, and they drive you all around the Hudson Valley and do some great tastings. We can also go all the way up to about $150 a person, where we send a bus, a tour guide, games, raffles, all kinds of really cool things, food, lunch, cheese plate, and that's about $150 a person. Those you need groups of 10 people, 15 people, 20 people, and that's when we can start doing that size. So we cover all size groups here in the Hudson Valley as well. Of course, our Airbnb, Thyme Estate, THYME estate.com. If you're looking to do a getaway here in the Hudson Valley for larger groups, really groups of 6 to 25 we can accommodate at the Thyme Estate. Full in-ground pool, 16-person movie theater, really an amazing property house on 16 acres, so thymeestate.com. And of course, if you're 90 miles north of New York City, on our side of the river in Ellenville, Aromatime Bistro, that is our restaurant we've been doing since 2003, farm to table, Aromatime THYME, like the herb.
We have so much cool stuff going on.
We have a lot of cool stuff going on. Bistro.com. Check us out. Come visit us, and come drink some Donna Chiara Falangina.
Yeah.
We don't have any Falangina on the list right now by the glass, do we? No, we just got
glass.
done with the Vinosa.
We have an Arnaz.
We have an Arnaz, yeah, from northern Italy, from Piemonte, which is another vineyard we're planning on going to visit. So what's our philosophy on buying wine, Jamie?
Only vineyards that we've been to, or that we're going to.
We're going to.
So
that we can go to.
That is our new philosophy,
yep.
Yes.
As of a couple years ago. We've been there for several years now, 4 or 5 years.
Oh, that's new. We've been here 18 years.
Right, sure, that's new. So, what do we like to say? A story in every pour?
There is, and we like to support independence. We like to support people that support us, and we want to bring that to your glass and give you good good glass of wine. So that's our philosophy.
All right, folks, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Yep, this podcast is available on iTunes, iHeartRadio, anywhere podcasts are found, or on YouTube, or on Facebook, and, of course, Instagram. Thanks for tuning in. Leave us a comment, say hello, and come see us sometime.
Cheers.